All right, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. Today we are doing my Project 100 pan no buy, Project 100 pan no buy. Today we have very exciting updates, which is very exciting, to say the least. So just so you all, for those of you who are new, I have a handful of products in my collection, a handful of categories in my collection that are very inflated. Like I have a lot of those types of categories, and I'm really slow makeup user upper. So I wanted to do this project pan. I'm on a no buy to use up 100 products and in those categories until I can go ahead and buy one new thing from those categories, just to keep it a little bit exciting. If I were actually to do like I'm gonna use up everything until it's all gone, then I would probably not have to buy something new for years and years and years and years, if not the rest of my life. So it is just a way for me to, you know, keep something a little bit like fresh and exciting, and, you know, the hopes of one day being able to buy something, even though it still will be years down the line, because I am that slow at using up products. So that being said, the last time we had, let me get my handy dandy spreadsheet out. The last time that we updated, which was actually a little over a month and a half ago. Technically, I did miss the September update. No, the October update. The last time I updated was September, towards the end of September. So, you know, but right now, or last time we had 25 products that we had used up. This month, we have used up kind of 28 products, which is very exciting. We added 3 new products to our empties, which is huge and exciting. Okay, so the first product that I will go ahead and say that I used up was my Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. Now, if you've seen my empties video, I'm not gonna bring it out. I think I already tossed that highlighter away. So, but literally the day after I filmed the last update, I picked up my highlighter, dropped it on the floor. It shattered, it dropped upside down, and when I went to pick it up, the lid had come undone, and so it all went on the floor, which is terrible and sad and tragic. I had quite a lot of products still left in there. I did make quite a lot of progress on there, so that's exciting, but yeah, a lot of it was gone. When I went to look at it, I mean, there was like a little remnants, but maybe only a week's worth. I think maybe I used it a week and a half after, and then I used it completely up. So at least what was left from spilling on the floor. So there's that. Exciting that it's one less, you know, highlighter in my collection. A little tragic the way it happened, but you know, that's the thing with makeup. Sometimes it expires, sometimes it breaks into a million thousand pieces on your floor, and that's just kind of the way of it. But yeah, I have replaced the highlighter in this project, so when we get there, we will get there. The next thing I went ahead and finished was my Franken Cream Blush, which was really exciting. I went ahead and added some colors. What I did is I had my MAC lipstick in a Honey Love that I had finished in this project. It was like flushed out, but there was definitely still lots of product in the tube. So I scraped that out. I put it in here. I also had I don't know what the color was, but it was like a sample size Clinique lipstick from like years ago. And I had used it like half of it in the last Franken blush, but this time I used the rest of it, smushed it all together. I also had a cream highlighter from Laura Geller, or maybe it was actually a cream highlighter, I think it was from It Cosmetics. That was a little bit on the drier side. It wasn't really great for using, but I mixed all of it together, and this is the color I have. I think what I'm gonna do though, because honestly this is really, really close to my own skin tone right now. It's lovely as like a barely there blush, but it is actually like barely there. So I think I'm gonna have a red because I have a handful of reds that I really only need one red in my collection. I think I'm gonna use a red and scrape a little bit off of it just to add a little bit more color into this, but this is where we're at right now. I'm gonna do that after I'm done with this video because I have a handful of other projects that I'm working on in terms of like repressing and scraping and panning and all those sort of stuff that I have to do after this video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more red because it is, I mean, you can tell like next to my skin tone, it is just barely there. It is beautiful, but it's just like not even necessarily enough to like show up. So yeah, that is what I'm gonna do with this. So this is where we're at. I mean, there is, you know, still a lot of product in there. You know, I mean, I've already made like quite a bit of progress in it, but I think, you know, when you mix it all up and everything, it can be like, there's like a lot of air. And when I actually start digging my finger in there, that's whenever it like kind of squishes down a little bit more. So yeah, but regardless, it will be more full next time because I will add more product in here. But then also, yeah, with the mixing together and everything, kind of refluffs the product back up too. So that's what's happening with that one. So, you know, we do count the Franken blush as like one product down in this project pan, even though I'm technically still putting it back in because I have used up products with the product that I've made. I don't usually count like the separate products because this time around I did end up using a full, basically taking an entire lipstick out and of my collection and then also finishing up that cream highlighter, that also. So technically 2 products have been used up in my collection. However, just for the sake of things, I just count it as one product whenever I end up finishing the blush, just to make it easier and like help me like remember things better. So yeah, that's what we're doing. The next one and the last item so far used up in my collection is from my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. This is in my Pan That palette, and it was this shade right over here, Cashew Chew. It was what I used to set my eyeshadow primer, so that one has been used up. Obviously, this entire product is still in the collection, but because I used up that one pan, we are still counting it in my 100 products project pan. So yay, 28% there, and we have quite a ways to go still. We do have still great progress coming in, so I will go ahead and start talking about the rest of the products that are still in the project but have great progress on. There's so many, that was so many alliterated words, crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about my Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer in light medium. We'll do pictures. Actually, we won't do pictures. We didn't have pictures last time because there was no pan, but now we will be doing pictures because there's pan and there's significant pan. This is like a sample, deluxe size sample size, but look at all that pan. Very exciting. I think I've just, you know, really worn it down fairly evenly, the product. So I think that this will be pretty fast moving now that we've hit pan. We'll see, knock on wood, but I am a little bit hopeful, maybe naively so, that we can have this done by the end of the year, which would be massive and cool and huge and amazing. So we will see, but I will start doing pictures now that we actually have pan in it. So we'll do next month, we'll do pictures from last month and the new month. So that's where we're at with that one. Very exciting. The next thing we have is our Laura Geller lip gloss in Honey Caramel, and I have been storing it up right now, which is great. I don't always promise it, so I'm not going to mark it because sometimes it will like flip around and if I keep it in my pocket or in my purse or whatever. But right now we do have a settled line, and it's the last L in Geller. So, you know, we are making our way, making progress. I'm not really sure how quickly I'll move through this. We will see. It always depends on how much makeup I use throughout the month, but also I actually haven't, you know, this is the first time that I've had something settled, so I don't know like how quickly I actually use this throughout the month. Like we've never actually done the measurement on it. So yeah, we are here. We'll see. Maybe next time, hopefully we can get to like the G, but who knows? Honestly, who knows? Okay, next we have the Tarte Color Wheel, and oh, this is gonna be the highlighter. So we haven't done pictures. I am replacing my Becca Champagne Pop with the highlighter in here from called Crafty. It is this one right here. We already have quite a lot of like movement on it. I am gonna see a little bit because right here it just feels like there's hard pan, so I think I'm gonna like scrape that away, but I'm also like, I feel like yeah, it looks like there is hard pan. So I think after this video, I'm gonna kind of scrape away that top layer. Again, I'm not gonna do pictures from this, you know, right now until there's pan, because I just don't feel like there's much difference to be seen. But I mean, this highlighter, it's very different, because the last highlighter I had, the Champagne Pop, really popped. It was really shining, bright highlighter. This one is much more subtle, so I actually can use a lot more of it. And I definitely like dig my brush, and it's so much more hard pressed versus the other one. It was like so much softer, and like you barely touched your brush in it. There's so much pigment, and you just, you know, got the blinding highlight. So this one is a lot subtler and a lot harder pressed, so I can really dig my brush in. So yeah, that's where we're at. We'll see what happens. We'll see how quickly I can hit pan, hopefully sooner rather than later. There is another highlighter in this palette, and it's gonna be this one right here. So eventually we will get to, it's called Idol. This will be the next highlighter for sure that we pan. It looks a little pinky right now, but it's just like the residue from all the blushes around here getting, you know, kicked up. But yeah, so we'll see. Those two will be next. We also we'll do pictures from last month and then this month for the blush in here called Icon. Okay, so this is gonna be my next also repress over here. It is just getting so hard to pick up. We did not make it. It is still in the inventory for the October inventory. So it is what it is, that's fine. But we're doing pretty good on that. I definitely, this again, for sure, now the new marker is before the end of the year. It'll for sure be done by the end of the year. Maybe it'll be done by next month, by November, we will see, but you know, it's looking pretty good. I think what I'm gonna do to pick my next blush, because I still wanna keep working on this color wheel, especially now that I'm using the highlighters in this color wheel, is to do the random number generator. That's how I picked this one. We started with Concept, and then I picked this one because it was a random number generator. So I'll probably do that again. Yeah, so we'll see. If next time I'm not using this blush because it's finished, the next blush will be picked from the random number generator. Okay, so next we will talk about our Laura Geller Easy Illuminating Stick in Diamond Dust. So this is the last of my cream highlighter currently, and this is where we're at. We have so much progress. Look at this. And this part right here is plastic. So the last time that I panned the Laura Geller Easy Illuminating Stick, it was a different color. I went ahead and I actually went in and dug some of the product that was out. It just was easy to do, so that's what I did. I'll probably do that again with this one. I really think, because we've had so much progress on this and they're just so easy to use, and like, again, depending on how much makeup I use this month, but I think that we can flesh this out to the plastic right here, because that's all we have left is just this little tiny bit right there. So I really think that we'll be able to get that done. And just so you all know, on paper it is right here. So this is how much progress we have used, and we just have that little bit left. I really think we can get that done in a month, if not completely like flat all the way, definitely close to. And potentially then with scraping everything out, potentially again get that done out of before the end of the year. That being said, after this, we don't have any more cream highlighter in my collection. So there will be nothing replacing it. We'll just have one less product that we're actually like working on. So yay for that, I guess. You know, but one less thing in the collection eventually. And then we have our lipstick in Enticing, and this is how much progress we've made. And this is where we're at. Now this one, I was like not sure. And again, this is like a month and a half of uses. I'm not sure, like I did not know that we use that much, but apparently we have used that much. This is it all the way up. I don't know, like it doesn't feel like I'm using very much because this is like such a pigmented color, and it's like very deep. So I really use just a tiniest amount, and then I even like dab a little bit off. But it's crazy, and it feels so like thin on my lips. So it's crazy to me to see how much progress that this has actually made and like gone down. That being said, there was like much more of like a higher tip to it. So like a longer, thinner tip. So, you know, as we work it down and like start making it more, I don't know, the width of the actual crayon itself, I'm sure that there'll be slower progress. But I am trying to use it in a way that still keeps the tip, because obviously to get like the little like peaks right here on the top lip, it is nice to have an actual tip to it. So yeah, that's where we're at with that one. I'm so surprised with how much has like been used up. It's crazy. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and talk about my ColourPop lip liner in Skimpy. This is where we're at. I just sharpened it this morning, so it's very, very sharp. Yeah, this is where we're at. Still using it, still loving it. This is how much progress we've made. Not even too much. But yeah, that's where we're at. Still quite a ways to go. And then for my eyeliner, in my MAC eyeliner in Hyacinth, this is how much we've used up. Still, again, so much way to go. This is my last eyeliner. Once we're done with this eyeliner, there will be no more eyeliners in my collection. So once again, this is another category that once this is done, no more in the project pan. So exciting, but yeah. So this is where we're at, still working away on it. I'm using it for most looks. Not all looks call for a blue eyeliner, so sometimes I don't use it, but most looks that I can get away with a blue eyeliner, I do use this. Okay, and then we have my little pigment, my eyeshadow pigment. I believe it's a MAC pigment. I think it's called Chanting. I'm not really sure. It was like a little sample size. But yeah, this is where we're at. I mean, again, not really sure how I can show you all of this. I don't have a scale or anything, but that's where we're at, still working away on it. I'm trying to incorporate it. Again, it's kind of like Hyacinth, where I'm trying to incorporate it in most looks in some way. The look that I'm wearing right now, it is my transition shade, which I love it for it, but just with all the other stuff that I'm trying to pan, all the other eyeshadows that I'm trying to pan, I don't necessarily use it for one, every look, and then two, as like a majority of the look. A lot of times it's just maybe just a bottom lash liner. So yeah, but I am trying to incorporate it. That does have a long way to go, but eventually, when it is used up, it will be very exciting that we don't have that pigment in my collection anymore. I think it's really hard to pan a pigment, mainly because it's so hard to see progress. I mean, again, if I had a scale, I'm sure it would be a little bit more exciting, but you know, I do like just having something like quietly panning in the background, and just something that we can check in with every month, and one day it'll be gone and it'll be lovely. But in the meantime, we're just kind of quietly having it there and seeing what happens, and yeah, just being very like calm and chill about it, and like just trying to use it and incorporate it, and we'll see how long it takes for it to be used up. Maybe that'll be my 100th product to use that I use up in this project. We will see. Okay, so for the bonus products, again, I had the one eyeshadow that I used up. I think that I have another eyeshadow that I'm really close on, so maybe next month there will be one done for sure. Maybe there'll be one more eyeshadow used up. For sure, I think it'll be done before the end of the year. Again, that's like the next milestone that we're looking for. And then I think that the Tarte blush will be gone, if not this month, then definitely by the end of the year. So we have a handful of products that we're like fairly close on. Again, not sure how quickly, if it'll be next month or by the end of the year, but there's a handful. We will just have to see. I do also want to just like point out some stats with this project right now, but I wanted to show you like how much product from each category that we've actually finished, because I have been keeping tabs on that. So our number one is our eyeshadow. We've used up 10 eyeshadows in this project, which is so amazing, so great, because that is my worst offender in my categories. So yay for that. 10 eyeshadows down, which is great. My eyeliners, I've used up 2 so far. Again, we only have that 1 more for that not even to be a category in my collection anymore, which I can't wait for. So exciting. And then we have lip gloss. We've so far used up 3 lip glosses. Lipsticks, we've used up 2 lipsticks so far. Blush, we've used up 3, soon to be 4, which is very exciting. Highlighter, we've used up 4, which again, I think pretty soon it'll be 5, which is great. And then bronzer slash contour, put them in the same category. We have used up 3. So that's exciting. And then lip liner, we've only used up 1. Again, we're a little bit close on it. And altogether, we've used up 28 products, which is great. I do want to point something out, actually. I forgot about this. I have my Kat Von D Shade and Light eyeshadow palette. Now, all of these are counted as eyeshadows in my collection, although I think this is like such a neutral palette. I can use these eyeshadows in different ways. Pardon, this is like so dirty. It's ridiculous. But I've been using this one shade as a contour because I no longer have a contour color product in my collection. But I still really like to contour softly, like not too crazy. But I wanted to show, I just recently hit pan. So it's this one right here. Now it's gonna be a long time before it's actually close to properly finishing it, but it's very exciting that I've like used that. And another thing with some of these products that are like really close to being, these categories that are really close to being used up, like the eyeliner, I just can't wait for that to be gone and I can go ahead and use like eyeshadows in that way, because I have so many eyeshadows. So yeah, just a testament. It's very exciting. I'm sure I'll put this in. It'll still be counted as an eyeshadow because that's just what it is in my category, in my collection. And I just don't want to move it around for the sake of keeping things consistent. But eventually, this will be brought for sure into the project once we're a little bit closer. For right now, I'm still just quietly panning it in the background and just using it every day and seeing what comes of it. But eventually, whenever we get really close, within like 5 months or so, hopefully, I will start bringing it in and we can, it'll be exciting. So yeah, there's still like anything that I'm using that are in my inflated categories that's not necessarily like documented in this project will still be counted as my 100 products because it's still a freaking big deal, even if I'm like quietly panning it and like I accidentally finish a product accidentally. But yeah, so that's where we're at. In terms of my no buy, I'm just feeling really good. I don't have any type of like inkling to buy anything. I'm just feeling good with my collection, especially too, again, this time of year, I'm doing my inventory. I did my inventory. So it's just crazy to like see everything because I am like sitting there and like looking at everything and counting all the products. It's very sobering to not make you not want anything. It also shows like how much redundancy you have in your collection too when you are just like sharing, like looking at it specifically like in the numbers category. So yeah, and then within this month, maybe it's next month, I'm not really sure, but within the next upcoming months, I will do an updated collection video. It's not gonna look much different, but hopefully a few less products in there, and maybe a few more that are, get some love on their products. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's happening. It's always a very exciting time of the year this month, specifically October, and then even into going into next year as well. Yeah, I really am happy that I like always do my inventory around October because it really preps you and like sobers you up again with just how much products you have and like what the products are that you have or that I have right before the holiday season of like the big push of consumerism of like buy this, buy that. So yeah, it's very exciting. It's a great time of year. But anyways, 28 products down. Potentially by next month, we'll have 1 to 2 more products in, which will bring us between 29 and 30 products. That would be great if we could hit 30 products. That'd be so cool. And potentially by the end of the year, I think maybe we could do 31, just if we're counting like this highlighter, but I don't know how much more we'll have. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know how your no buys are going, how your project pans are going, your low buys, whatever it is that you're doing. Let me know how everything is treating you, and I hope that you all are having a great month. And yeah, thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.